Okay everyone, so a bit of a different kind of video today. If you own a business in Spain, Tenerife, Canary Islands, you're definitely going to want to listen up to this. And as a tourist, customer, consumer, this might also explain a few things regarding cash payments, why Tenerife, Canary Islands, Spain are still quite cash keen compared to the UK. It is all down to bank charges. Now, I've got to give credit where it's due because it wasn't me who discovered all of this really, it was Tony at the Attic Bar in Los Cristianos, fantastic bar, good friend of mine. Tony, I hope you're well. But he gave me a call and he was asking how much I pay for my card machine, for the bar and also for the car rental here. And particularly with the blue bank here and the dark blue purple bank with the bar. I'm not going to name them because I don't want any trouble or anything. It's nothing bad, but I'm with La C with the car rental and BB with the bar. So he called me up, he was asking how much do you pay for your machine to start with, because we have to rent these machines each month, and how much commission are you paying per transaction? So I was like, it's an interesting question. I see the money coming out, but I don't really look into it or check it enough like I should. So did a bit of a deep dive into it. He alerted me that he had been paying way over the odds for commission for taking the money from your card and putting it into your business account. So when you pay on card for your cocktails or what have you, say it's €50, the bank takes a commission from that €50 to put your money in your bank. Yes, that's how it works. So I did a bit of a deep dive into it, and it turns out I was paying way over the odds. I was paying 1.5% commission just for them to put the money the clients were paying into my account, on top of renting the machine. Now the machine I think is about 25, 30 euros a month to rent. So you rent these machines. If they go wrong, there's a number you can call, 24-hour assistance, but it charges you a fortune. They'll come out and fix it. So first of all, you have to rent the machine, but they were taking 1.5% commission to put the money people were paying into the account. Way, way, way too high. I then called up and had meetings with bank managers. They'd also moved my bank account without me even knowing. I went up to my branch in Valle San Lorenzo and they were like, you're not based here. Within the year that I hadn't been up to the branch, they just automatically moved me to one in Santa Cruz, which was business specialized or something. So the main point of the video is, if you own a business in Spain, Canary Islands, Tenerife, make sure you check how much you are paying commission on your bank machines, because it turns out I was paying way over the odds. I went and spoke with them. I told them it was unacceptable, it was too high, and they brought it right down now to around 0.5%, so 1% less. To put that in perspective, say you were turning over, this isn't profit, as an example, you're turning over, people of all the payments per day, you rent out €1,000 worth of cars a day. So €1,000 is paid on card by the clients to go into your account. You've rented €1,000 worth of cars, as an example, or you've done €1,000 worth of business in your restaurant or your bar. Just turnover, this isn't profit. Just to put that €1,000 into my account, which they already charged me for, and I've already paid the machine and all the rest of it, is at 1.5%. So for every €1,000 you're getting in, say that's every day, they were charging me €15 a day just to put that money in my account. Now €15, you might think it's only €15, but if you're doing that every week, as an example, I'm not saying I am, but if you're doing that every week, so if you were doing €7,000 a week turnover, not your profit, you're pulling in 7,000, then all your expenses go out and all the rest of it. If you're paying 1.5%, they're taking €105 a week off you. Times that by 4, so 105 times by 4, €420 a month, just in commissions, on top of then renting the machine. So it's just to let you all know, to go into the bank, check what you're paying, check what your commission rate is, see if they can reduce it. You want to be aiming for around 0.5. 0.75, around there. The lower the better. Obviously, their argument is the more you're putting through, the lower they can bring it. But 1.5% is way too high, way too high. So thankfully, I've been brought back down onto that reduced rate. What was interesting with the other bank, the BB bank, with the bar, they just seem to charge for the machine and commissions. They just charge a set price. I think it was €45 a month, no matter what you're putting through. I think it goes up depending how much you put through. So I think the next bracket would go to 65 a month, but it's set. It doesn't fluctuate. It's not a percentage with that bank. It's like a set price per month for your machine and commissions up to a certain, well, amounts up to a certain limit. So it's just to let you all know to check. If you own a business, you've got these machines, go and have a meeting with your bank, get into the branch, tell them you're paying too much commission on your card machines, you want it reduced, you want it lowering, what's the best price they can rent the machine for, but you really want to make sure you're not getting hammered on these commissions because you're so busy running your business, you've not got time every day to track exactly what percentage they're charging you and things. I overlooked it, I shouldn't have. Every 6 months now, or even 3 months, I'm going to be going in and double checking what I'm getting charged, what the rate is. They know you're too busy running your business and trying to deal with clients to be sitting there checking exactly what commission you're paying. And it turned out I jumped up a rate, again, without even knowing last year when really it should have come down. So it's just to make sure you go and check how much you're paying. You could be paying way over the odds. You might even be due some money back, but you certainly should not be paying way over. So if you're taking card payments, go and check with the bank, whatever the bank it is. I'd say even every 3 months, 6 months, go in, see if you can get the rates reduced, see what you can do. That's what a lot of business owners have spread the word around, but I'm now going to do the video. So any of you, if you do get any success and you're paying over the odds, or you manage to reduce the rate percentage on your machines, let me know in the comments. I hope it does help any of you out. No matter what the bank is, it's worth going in and asking the question. Once I dealt with mine, with LaCie, I checked with the bar, with BB, what that rate was. It's just worth checking because they have ways of creeping it up and changing it without you even knowing. A branch got moved without even knowing. Since I've meetings with the bank managers and things, and they are lovely. Lovely guy comes in, but you need to make sure that you're on the lowest possible rate. Save yourself some money because it's just crazy. But that does explain why people come over and they go, why is it still so cash based? Why are some bars cash only? Why is this restaurant saying cash payment preferred? Because we get charged so much for the banks here. Forget, people go, oh, tax evasion. Forget that. It's the commission on the machines, the renting the machines, the having the machines, the bank charges. So that's why a lot of businesses are like, I'm not paying 1%, 1.5% to get my own money from my clients. That's €15 a day. That's 100 odd a week. That's a lot of money to small businesses. So they're like, I'll go and put it in the bank machine myself. I'll take the cash and I'll go and put it in my bank myself at the cash machine each day. It takes me 5-10 minutes. I save €15 a day or €100 a week. Once a week, I'll go and put all the cash in the bank. Nothing really to do with tax evasion. It's to do with reducing all of these fees, all of these costs. People want to enjoy the island as cheap as possible. You know, excursions, bars, restaurants, you know, everyone wants a €1 pint and all that. If you're paying on the card with these machines, these commissions, it's costly. So that's why a lot of businesses will prefer a bit of cash to reduce these fees. And I'm sure a lot of people, if it was me, if they were keeping me on 1.5%, I'd be trying to take a lot more cash and I'd just go and put it in myself, pop down the corner in the sunshine, 5 minutes once a week, 10 minutes every week, pop down, save myself €100. Who isn't going to do that? So that will explain a little bit why Tenerife is still quite cash based. We do enjoy still having cash around. I quite like it, not all being card only. But bear in mind, bring it with you. If you're coming to Tenerife, Canaries, Spain, bring a bit of cash with you or bring some English pounds to change into cash. We still have great money exchange shops here. Premier Money Exchange in Los Cristianos, for example. They'll change your pounds into euros, give you a great rate. It's easier for tipping. As I said, some bars are cash only, and that's it. If you've not got cash, you can't buy anything. A lot of them will say we prefer cash or card payments accepted, but we prefer cash. It's because of these charges. One thing to touch on as well, although my rate has been reduced, the rate is different between countries in the EU and out of the EU as well. So we're getting quite a lot of Americans, Canadians coming over now. And we'll be paying, if they pay for a car on card, we'll be paying a lot more in commission, a higher rate in commission for the card machine for that transaction than we would if it was someone from France, Germany, etc. So there's different rates if you're in the EU, outside the EU. But I'm on the lowest rates possible now for both of those. I've got it right down. I did have a good moan at them since made up, and I've got quite a good relationship with them, but I was like, that's absolutely ripping me off for no reason to put my money in my account, in my own bank. I don't mind paying you a bit of commission, but that is just ridiculous. So please do go and check. Let me know if you have any success, no matter what bank it's with. I believe from looking online, asking my Hestor and my accountant, the best banks to sign up with if you're starting a business or you have a business in Spain seems to be either BBVA or the other one is Banco Sabadell. I believe Sabadell are quite good for businesses as well. They're the two that people mention a lot. But if you've got any others that you'd particularly recommend that give really low rates or have a better way of doing things with the card machines and things, let me know. I've always been with LaCie with the cars for 10 years, I think. So I'm like, I've got this big history with you. Why are you ripping me off on the commissions? And they apologised and reduced it, but you know, if I hadn't said anything or spotted anything, or Tony hadn't been in touch with me and alerted me to it, I'd have probably been a bit none the wiser and thought that was what everyone was paying. Because again, I'm so busy trying to deal with customers and clients and things, I'm not analysing my accounts, and that's what happens. You know, they know people aren't sitting there every day checking what's going on. So I recommend doing like a 3-month or 6-month audit on your accounts, popping into the bank, checking you're on the lowest rates, checking there's any special business deals or anything you can do. And if the bank's just not suited to you, then consider switching to one that is more suited to you. But for small businesses, it can make a big difference. Big thanks to Tony at the Attic. Let me know in the comments if you make any changes or you manage to reduce your rate. Definitely worth going in and asking. Get in there, go and ask. No matter the bank, go in tomorrow, tell them I'm paying this much, or just go in and say, can you please tell me what percentage I'm paying per transaction from a card machine? And they have to tell you. And you can also ask them, can you tell me how much in card commissions I paid you in 2024? They have to print it off, give you it, exactly what they charged you to put all the transactions through last year or last month, this month, and check what rate you're on. Try and get it reduced as much as you can, save a bit of money, and that does explain a lot why cash is so involved in Tenerife. Everyone thinks it's all evasion and dodgy things. It's not. A lot of the time it's to do with bank charges. I mean, a lot of banks now, they even charge you just to have an account. Then they charge you a bit more if you want to have a card with it and things like that. So it's just a little bit of an informative video. It might not apply to all, but if any of your business owners out there in Tenerife or Spain or anything save some money, let me know in the comments what is the best bank to deal with, and have you managed to reduce your rate and save a bit of money and you know, make a bit more profit, save a bit on the old costs. So I hope it does help. Big thanks to Tony at the Attic, and thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, let me know in the comments.